What's up, guys, gals, and non-binary pals? My name's Naomi. Welcome to House of Miscellanea. It's Saturday night. Ooh, live time. Just gonna tell you about the tools. And first, hello to those who are in the chat. Hi, Shannon. And hello, Goddess Jen. I am doing well. Thank you for asking. What's up, Brenda? Going over my tools really quickly. I have a pen here. It's different from the one I've been using lately. This one is also from Diamond Pen Pal, but this one is their Inside Watery Eyes pen. Ooh, fancy. Ooh, Beans is barking. I think Dustin just walked in the door. Inside of my single placer here, I have Ghost from Diamond Painting Daily, also on Etsy, as is Diamond Pen Pal. And then in my multi-placer, I will be using Putty Crocker's. This is Easter basket, or I'm sorry, Easter bouquet, basket bouquet, about the same thing, right? This is actually last year's scent from Easter. I'm not sure what she's going to do for Easter this year. What's up, Amber? Hi, Wallflower. And then for a straightening tool, I'm going to be using this beauty from Peachy Keen Pens. I love this turn, you guys. And check this out. It rattles. How fun is that? I've been using this as a straightening tool. I enjoy it also as a diamond painting pen. And then I've got this beautiful little trinket tray from Pucky Pie Pours. It's got fishes in it. And I picked the fishes and the fishes in here because the painting that I am working on is a new one. Can you see her feet? Ooh. If you watched my whip and chat, then you already know what I'm working on. This one is Gal by Ivy Dollamore. Isn't she cute? I think she is just kind of adorable. I'm working on the bottom. I literally just started this diamond painting, you guys, like earlier today. I finished my Captured by Radiance piece, and so I'm starting something new. I did this very boring square, so you didn't have to watch me work on that. I was like, I better do at least one square that is boring by myself, and then you guys don't have to watch me literally lay one, two, three, four colors in this square. Ooh, exciting. And then I have a tray from Firefly. This is their Switch Mini Max. I like this one. It has a removable lid and a removable trash tray, which I usually do remove. Set it aside over there. And then it has an open and close pour spout. And then this little hole right here is so that you can put your diamond painting pen in it and it won't roll away on you. That's pretty handy. Yes. So I'm going to set everything over here. I do need to load up my multi-placer though, because I just got rid of my, yes, Beans, my putty from earlier. Beans is having a little boof over there all by himself. This one I'm getting kind of low on. Like I said, it was from last year. So I got like a little bit. Whoa, Beans. Whoa, sir. No. Hold on. One moment. Be right back. Sorry about that. Maybe the neighbor got out of their car or something. Oh, the neighbor got Pizza Hut. Well, that was so nice of them not to get me any. Rude. Sorry about that. Also, sorry about the volume. I forgot that I needed to reset the slider on it. So sorry if it was loud. What's up, Ducky? Hello, Crystal. How are you guys doing? So yeah, sorry if that just gave you a huge ass jump scare. Did not mean to, but I got it fixed. It should be quiet now when I go to the be right back. I just set that up, so that was my fault. Poop your pants? I don't hear anything on my end. Oh, it was loud. Getting ready for Disneyland. Lucky. How'd you like all those diamond art clothes? Now that's Dustin. I know that one is. How'd you like all those Disney drops from Diamond Art Club? It was a good week for me. Actually, a good last 2 weeks because I didn't need to buy anything, which is always a plus when you're broke like I am. Oh, man. Okay, got that. All right, so I don't know if you guys saw, but I put together a bunch of questions that I'm going to answer. I want you guys to answer if you're comfortable. You love the canvas I'm working on. I'm excited about her too. I needed something different, different color palette, you know? And so it was working. You got the Lady and the Tramp. Ooh. Are you going to take him if he misbehaves, Dustin? No. Wooed. So wooed. We'll see how Beans acts. He should be all right though. I could go get him some wallflower provided treats. It doesn't keep him busy for very long, but it'll do a little something. Anyways, you want the 2 Sleeping Beauty ones? I did enjoy the one with the dragon in it. As the dragon. I did enjoy that one quite a bit. I liked it. I liked it a lot. All right, let me scooch this a little bit. There we go. But yeah, I needed something a little bit different for a color palette after doing Eden Cove, which is beautiful. It was just very bright. And I thought, okay, I'm going to do something just a little less, flashy, I guess. But anyways, so there go the dogs. So I probably gonna need to refill this color too. I have a bunch of questions that I put together that I'm going to answer. And I thought, okay, you guys can, ooh, look what Dustin got me. He wins Best Boy Award. Thank you, Dustin. Appreciate it. Kit Kat. But yeah, I thought, I'll answer some questions. You guys can answer some questions. 60. I have literally gone through the better part of like this thing being full on this one square. I gotta already put a new bag in there. So I like the Sleeping Beauty ones for the obvious reasons. My oldest is named Aurora after Princess Aurora, Sleeping Beauty. And so I like them a lot, but she's no longer at an age where she collects all the things Sleeping Beauty because it's her namesake, When she was younger, I used to collect every Princess Aurora on it because she cared about that sort of stuff. And now she's going to be 24 and, it's not a big deal. Like, well, fine then, be that way. Now. Okay, so like I said, I put together a list of questions and they're not the same as the ones that I answered like back in the day. I did a whip and chat. It was like one of those, getting to know you ones from, I don't know, I got tagged in something and it was a list of questions that were already like created or invented or whatever for me. And so these ones I came up with just out of a list, whatever. And I thought, okay, well, I'll answer these questions, but I want to know your answers too. Hi, Tanis, welcome. The Pooh Parade. Not the Grody Pooh Parade, but like Winnie the Pooh Parade. Yeah, I thought, okay, so I want to answer these questions. I want to know your guys' answers to these questions too, because, well, one, yeah, okay, you're getting to know me, but then I'm going to get to know you too. Because why not? Okay, why not? What's up? All right, so, like I said, now some of these might be repeat questions from that little survey thing, whatever, but I don't think there would be many, not too many. Some are probably the same because, you know, you can only ask so many different questions about diamond painting, in so many different ways before it's like, okay. But okay, so the first question on this little questionnaire, how did you first discover diamond painting? Now, I feel like I've told this story a lot of times, but I don't mind repeating it because it is part of my journey as like being a diamond painting YouTuber goes and why I do the YouTube. So, I actually discovered diamond painting when I was in rehab. Um, and no, I'm not ashamed to talk about rehab. I think that sobriety is really important. So, that would have been in the summer of 2019. I was in the rehab center and we had a community room or whatever. And this woman was sitting down and she was diamond painting this really beautiful rainbow eye. Now, while I'm telling you this story, tell me, how did you find diamond painting? Like, how did you discover it? Um, so yeah, I walked up to the table and she's doing this beautiful rainbow eye. And it was I don't even know what company it was from. It was probably something that she found. In fact, I think she told me she found it on Amazon, and that was how I made my first mistake. Um, so it was this rainbow eye. One, I love rainbows. Two, I love eyes. I mean, I got them tattooed like all over my body, right? And I have a pair on my chest too, but I'm not going to show you those. So anyways, I asked her like for more information on like what she was doing, and she told me, you know, that it was sort of like color by number or like cross stitch, which I was more familiar with. And she actually told me that if I'd like to, I could sit down and work on her diamond painting with her. She had extra, you know, styluses. It wasn't like a pen like this, you know, a regular old little stylus pen. And I don't know that I would have the balls to actually let somebody sit down and work on a diamond painting with me. I would probably just at this point give them their own. I would find something like a paint gem or something to throw at them. But, you know, diamond painting was relatively new-ish to the American markets at the time. But yeah, so it was kind of an instant fell in love with diamond painting like the minute I sat down and started working on it. um I absolutely loved it. And I'll get into my disastrous mistake a little bit later. I'm sure it'll ask about it. All right, so Crystal says mom introduced me to it during COVID through a video an adult colorist I followed did. Oh, okay. Wallflower says 2019 for Shannon. Found it in 2017, but did my first one in 2020 from Amber. Brenda says, discovered it on my friend's Facebook. It was on my feed and I liked the picture. She did. And it was a Mrs. Butter D. Oh, Artist Room. Okay. And that was my first purchase during December of 2023. Hi, Victoria. And you learned it off Facebook ads. Okay. Faye says TikTok videos. Grabbed my first one from the dollar store. Okay, my dollar store doesn't have them. What time is it where I am? Hi, Sapphire. It is 7:45 p.m. where I am. What time is it where you are? So, next question is, what was your first kit and why did you choose it? Okay, so here's where I get into my disastrous mistake. Okay. Um well, it's 1 a.m. So you must be overseas. You must be in Europe somewhere, I'm guessing. Um so my first kit, my disaster of a kit was actually I purchased it on Amazon because that's where the woman that I learned about diamond painting from at rehab told me to find any more, right? Thank you, Beans. I don't know if you're over there boofing about, sir. Oh, because the kids left. Um, so the first kit that I got was I attempted to essentially create what I was working on with her. It wasn't the same one. I don't know what Amazon company she got hers from. It wasn't great that I remember, but it was around. I do remember that. I got mine in square. Bean, sir, can you grab him, or can you grab me a salmon skin? I can cut it in half from the porch. But it was definitely not the same. It was a square. And that was my first mistake, was buying a very cheap kit from Amazon, not really knowing what I was buying. And it was a rainbow eye, but the squares were all jank. Oh my God, it was terrible. It was my first one ever, and I threw it immediately in the garbage. The second kit that I bought on purpose was don't yes, it's a sword. It's a salmon skin. Thank you. Thank you again, Wallflower. I'm gonna get my scissors. Yes, Beans, I know. I shouldn't reward your little boofy behavior here, but I'm gonna for right now, because it's time for a live, sir. I cut him in half, and then I only give him one half. There you go. He'll be good. Really, it was only like that big of a piece. My pen is gorgeous. Is it custom? No, this is actually from Diamond Pen Pal. It has fish in it and lily pads. It is based off of Inside Watery Eyes, and I got this from Diamond Pen Pal. I don't know if they're making any more of these, but it is based off of Margaret Morales's painting Inside Watery Eyes. The second painting that I ever got after that first disaster was actually from Diamond Art Club. It was this buy four deal. It was 4 like kind of bite-sized paintings. One was the rose, one was the little blue owl, one was the Four Seasons tree. Oh, I don't even remember what the other one was. But I got them super cheap. It was like my introduction to Diamond Art Club. And then after that, after like my little intro to Diamond Art Club, finding out that it was a decent company, the first piece that I bought, like with a thought in my head, was called Wishes by Sylvia Strike. And if you watch my year in review, I actually have that in my year in review from last year, and it is one of my first finishes for that year. There were others that I did before it. They were like cheapy ones, you know, whatever garbage I found. But that was the first one that I bought, like with a thought in my mind of what I was buying. It wasn't just like, you know, whatever I could find online or whatever. It was like the first one that I purchased that I put a thought into it. Took me 9 months to complete my first kit. Then COVID hit and it started taking off from there. Oh, okay. The first kit was dolphins from Diamond Dots. Okay. I did a bunch of Diamond Dots also. I did like Cafe at Night and Starry Night from Van Gogh. I did this little Mona Lisa. I don't know whatever happened to that one. There were a few that I did them and I gave them away. Please stop. See, you've got them all confused, Dustin. Purchased my first kit off Amazon and then I found DAC. Ah. What was that? That sounded like an explosion. Take that.
Down here by the park.
Yeah. There's a tree that fell on a car and a house. We had really bad wind last night, and holy moly, the damage all over town is really bad. But that did sound like an explosion, just saying. It could have been a firework of some kind, though. My first kit that I actually started was Flora by Sarah Mustafa. Ooh. Your pen. Okay, no, I told you about my pen. But yeah, so the first one that I like purchased with a in my head was Wishes from Sylvia Strike Diamond Art Club, but I also had some diamond dots. Dustin was really insistent on the fact that before he would purchase me any more of them, that I had to finish the ones that I had like in my stash, which I think was, I don't know, 3 or 4 kits maybe. Because I used to I would habitually start cross stitch projects and then not finish them because I'd screw up and then I'd have to like go back and seam rip a whole bunch of rows, and I'm horrible with the counted cross stitch. And this is so much easier because you can see what you're doing. Now, do I still make mistakes? All the time, but at least with the diamonds I could just pick them off and put new ones back down, whereas like seam ripping and then re-sewing everything, ugh, no. No, 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 no. Thankfully, no unlicensed kits for me. Faye, I have made that mistake. I have made the mistake of buying unlicensed kits. In fact, I like side question, have you ever purchased any unlicensed stolen art? Yes, I have. I actually purchased a couple of Christine Karen pieces from like an AliExpress store before I really knew better about buying unlicensed art. And I ended up giving her money out of pocket, like sent her PayPal money or whatever because I felt really awful about it after I learned better. But yeah, that was my first like foray into purchasing anything from AliExpress, and then I never did again. Um, just because I didn't really know about the fact that like so many of the pieces that you get from AliExpress or Temu or Shein are stolen artwork. Now, that's not to say that like people shouldn't buy from Shein or AliExpress or Temu. It's just making sure that you know that what you're purchasing is not someone else's IP, their intellectual property. What you can afford. You know what I mean? Like, I completely understand. Buy what you can afford, but try not to put money into things that you know outright are stolen. And if you don't know, uh, there's ways to find out. You know what I mean? It's just in China, their laws are so different from ours for intellectual property that they don't believe in it belongs to you. You know what I mean? Like it belongs to everybody. Little banshee Wang. Oh, found you and a couple other people super early in my journey and found the importance of licensing. Yay! That's good. That's very good. Yeah, I did a naughty. My first kit was Nola by Mandy Manzano. That's a pretty one. How did you feel when you placed your first drills? So, like I said, my first drills that I ever placed were actually on someone else's canvas, but the first time that I was able to like diamond paint my own diamond painting for the first time, I was okay. So when I was originally diagnosed, um, one with substance use disorder, which is considered like an actual. Wow. Is it the back door? Did they close the back door?
One on the back door, but that one can't be open this time. The other one is over there.
Well, I can you go up to that? It didn't sound like you closed it. See? The wind is crazy, so who knows what's blowing. I'm sorry, guys. Weird. Okay. Very weird. I don't know. Go be nosy. Go find out what's blowing up in the neighborhood. Um. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Sorry, I was originally diagnosed with substance use disorder, um, obsessive compulsive disorder, and generalized anxiety disorder. Now, the diagnosis, I'll call it a diagnonsense, came from the detox facility that I was at without really knowing me, without knowing much about me. That was just the diagnosis that they gave me. Um, it wasn't until later that I figured out that I have autism and then PTSD. I knew about the substance use disorder. That was what I went to detox for in the first place. But I had thought initially when I sat down to actually diamond paint for the first time, like on my own diamond painting, that it was scratching that like special itch for a person with OCD. Because it's like I am very precise about my placement and I'm very just it like there's something about doing thing repetitive, and I thought that had again with the OCD, but it wasn't. It was one like a repetitive. I found out so much more about the mental health aspects of diamond painting since beginning diamond painting. But the autistic hyperfixation on not just a craft of a specific variety, but also on like the laying of things, the putting things in specific orders and colors and all of that. Like it was like I found the click. I don't know how else to describe it. I think that if you love diamond painting, then you understand what the click is. Like just it clicks, it hits the right thing in your brain. I don't know if it's the repetitive motion for you. I don't know if it's the OCD of laying it just so or what it is for you specifically, but if you love diamond painting, then you probably understand the click that I'm about, right? It happens. It's like a there it is. Hi, Allison and Jennifer. Hello. Super excited and immediately loved it. Yes. 100% makes my brain chill out, very therapeutic. It's structured, it's artistic without having to be creative. That too. I love I love art and all the things about art, but I am not very good at being artistic myself. Like Justin is super creative, my son is super creative. I'm crafty, but not artistic necessarily, and it allows me to be artistic without having any talent. Not talentless, I'm just not necessarily artistic minded in that way. I'm autistic and OCD too, and totally get what you mean. Yeah, it's crazy. Aphantasia, I can't be creative at all. I don't know what that is, Faye. I will have to look that word up. Aphantasia. Let's find out what that I need a dictionary term here. Aphantasia is a condition where a person is unable to form mental images or visualizations. This means they cannot see pictures in their mind's eye, even when imagining. Okay, so here's the thing that's really funny when it comes to artwork, okay? I I may have a similar issue. Wow, get sugar going. He's out on the porch barking at nothing. Just shut the door. Let him sit out there and bark. Let him bark his little happy heart out. He's like, I'm a Pyrenees. I'm doing what Pyrenees do, Mom. Fireworks. That's got to be fireworks.
Is that?
I mean, yeah, I suppose they could be doing a St. Patty's Day thing. Yeah, seems like it. No, it hasn't stopped yet.
See there.
Oh, okay. You should have left that open and let him go up there with you. Chase you around. I have a similar thing where I can 100% copy what's right there in front of me. Like, okay, let's say I'm doing a still life, right? And I have my notebook or whatever, and I'm gonna paint this right here, okay, or I'm gonna draw that. I can draw that with pretty good accuracy. But asking me to know like how light hits something or the way a figure is sitting or the way that a hand rests on a table or something, I can't do that. I can't picture in my brain what that looks like. So maybe I have something similar to that happening. What's up, Sarah? I want to be creative. I could copy things drawing, but coming up. Yeah. Okay. Completely understand. I also feel like I can't do any of that. Okay. Next question. What surprised you the most about diamond painting? Um, okay. I think what surprised me the most about diamond painting is probably one, the fact that they're like the actual like art and artwork that is connected to diamond painting. I think I had always taken for granted before that it was just a pretty picture that you were going to lay diamonds on top of. You know what I mean? Like a coloring book where I never look at well, I can now after diamond painting and things like that, but I think that I had never looked at diamond painting as like the art and artistry and artists behind diamond painting. I had always looked at it as like I said, like I was gonna
They do them over at the library.
they're doing them at the library, something for St. Patrick's Day specifically. Because they usually do that around my birthday. Did you lock him upstairs on the porch?
Just stuff.
You left it open? Oh. So he's just gonna sit up there and bark? That's not really ideal. You see how loud he is. Yeah, it's loud, honey. It's very loud. His barking. Oh Lord, sorry guys. Let me know if his barking is too annoying and I will remedy the problem by silencing him with my foot. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I guess that's probably what surprised me the most. That there was just so much like actual art and artwork involved. And then like the whole like licensing thing and all of that. Like I really had no clue. It probably won't be much longer that he's barking like that. I mean, the fireworks have got to be over with before too long, I would imagine.
Fireworks.
Well, he really seems to be digging them. Oh, wow, that is loud. So the library where they set off the fireworks for usually it's just like Christmas time. They do like a what do you call it? Like a like a Christmas bash thing, holiday. What do they call it? The holodazzle or something. Well, the library where they shoot them off is literally like 4 blocks in this direction across the river from us. because we live directly across the street from a parish, there's a big brick wall, right? And so the echoes that come down here, they bounce right off of that brick building and hit like boom right into our house because that direction from my house there's a stadium. No, no, sir. No, come here. Come here. They have a stadium down that way where they do football games and stuff like that, and then the graduations and those sorts of things. We can hear them like giving out the score because of the way that the sound bounces through the neighborhood. It's very weird. Anyways, sorry about that. Hopefully the fireworks will be done and over with soon. I was not anticipating fireworks. This would be the first year I remember them doing them for a St. Patrick's Day thing.
They had a big brawl.
You have not missed sugar yet, Sarah, I promise. Well, I know they had that plaid. What was it? Like the flannel fest. Yeah, they do this thing. White people. I'm sorry. There's no excuse for us. They do this flannel fest downtown where they essentially do a pub crawl through the downtown and everybody has to be wearing their plaid and they set up like a beer tent or whatever. Yeah, like I said, there's no excuse. White people are weird. I don't know what to tell you. Our obsession with fireworks and beer, especially in Wisconsin, is like beyond normal. Oh, it draws me in and totally relaxes me. That FOMO is real, and we eventually get past that. Yeah, that's true. The FOMO is real. Yeah. The FOMO is definitely for real, for real. I don't think I necessarily anticipated that either. I also didn't anticipate how competitive I think that diamond painting can be in certain like circles or parts of the community as well. Um there's like this almost a competitive spirit to things in some ways and not in always great ways. That also kind of surprised me. Beans, enough, dude. That's enough now. Enough, buddy boy. Okay, let's see. Number 5. Did you find it easy or difficult at first? I think the difficult part, because I the act of laying diamonds is easy, right? I did not find that difficult. I think the difficult part for me was that I did not discover multi-placing until much later in the game. Like I said, I started in 2019, but I didn't start multi-placing until the beginning of last year. And so the single placing everything, it wasn't difficult, it was just really time consuming. And that was difficult because, I more pieces and I couldn't because I was single placing everything. And then my daughter was like, hey, did you know what this thing is for? And she showed me one of the plastic multi-placers. She's like, you ever use one of those? And I was like, what is that? And she's like, to lay diamonds, multiple ones at a time. And I was like, okay. Well, interesting. Once I figured that out, it was no longer difficult because I was able to finish more quickly. And then I was happy. Listen, whistle tones. Beans is trying to use his Mariah Carey song at me. All right. Next question. What do you wish you had known before starting? Well, okay. So again, you all are welcome to answer these questions, what you wish you had known before starting. I actually did a video, and I was told at one point that obviously I was way overthinking things, and people should just get started and not think so hard about it, which can be true. Beans. One moment, please. Just a moment. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I have to when he behaves like that, sometimes I just have to put him on a leash and sit him right next to me and he stops. I don't know why that is, but okay, where was I? What do I wish I'd known? Right. Okay. Sorry. I actually yeah, multi-placing. Um I did a video. I apparently overthink things, which I think we all knew that. Um the thing I think the thing that I probably most wish I had known about um was like the fact that there is a high like a high margin of quality error that could be um like found in diamond painting. Like I almost quit entirely after that very first one. Um and I'm so glad that I found out that like there was better quality than that out there, because I think that had I known beforehand, I probably wouldn't have wasted my time. That being said, um, I think also that for those who do want the higher quality, have to understand that it is an expensive hobby to be a part of if you prefer that quality. Like you're going to spend money. And so I think that that can be um it can be a deterrent for people that both prize quality and have little money to do so. Um and I think that's where the FOMO probably comes in for a lot of people. Is there a story behind my frog tat? Yes, Sapphire, there is a story, and actually it kind of ties into my diamond painting a little bit. This story is like frog. There we go. It's a tree frog. Um, so you can see there's dates on it. 5/15/56 is my mom's birthday, and then 3/6/19 is when my mom passed. Subsequently, 7/6/19 is when I went into treatment for a really crippling opiate addiction that I was dealing with. It wasn't really until like people tell you that in order to quit drinking or quit doing any kind of drugs that you hit rock bottom. That's kind of where my rock bottom started, was my mom passed away. Well, my mom had a tattoo behind her ear of a frog. It was like this big, and it was right behind her ear. And she had told me that the frog on the back of her ear stood for fully rely on God. And God can be anything. Like I was raised pagan, so God could be a blade of grass, or it could be Jesus or Yahweh or Buddha or whoever you believe in. But when my mom was going through treatment, she understood that she needed to rely on God. And so after she passed, myself and my siblings all got frog tattoos. Um, and for me specifically, it was part of my recovery too. I got a tree frog because my mom, um, like I said, raised me pagan. Um, I equate tree frogs with nature. And then I don't know if you can see, but there's like on purpose, there's like sketch lines on the outside of the frog because my mom's life was sort of a sketch that I felt like didn't maybe finish because she died very young. But yeah, that's where that came from. And then the speech bubble with the heart in it, that was actually the tattoo artist's idea to have the frog speaking love. Hello, Lily. I agree, multiplacer. I can multiplace with plastic, but I have a couple DAC multiplacers that I just can't make work for me. Um, the metal ones? You're having issues with the metal multiplacer, Tanis? Thank you, Sapphire. Oh, don't worry about it, Lily. You're not that late. We're just hanging out, talking about diamond painting stuff, and then my frog tattoo. um, but yeah, I wish I had known a little bit more about what I was going to spend. Did you have any challenges with your first kit? Yeah, like I said, the first kit that I got was utter garbage, in quality, and I threw it away because I was so frustrated. It was a square. I didn't touch another square until last year. My first square was like sometime in April, I think. Whenever I did, hold on, I'll tell you. I'll tell you when my first square was because I started working on apples. I stopped working on apples and then went to a bunch of paint gems. And then I did paint the moon. All right, hold on. Let's see. Let me see here. Where is it? Okay, so I started apples on February 4th, but I quit. I like stopped because I was like, oh my gosh, no. And then I worked on Paint the Moon. So I started that on the 11th and I finished it on the 13th of February. So February last year was when I did my first square. And I'm really, really glad that I gave it another try because I love squares. Like, I love squares. After doing rounds for like 4 years, it was nice to have squares to switch off to. And now I do a lot more squares, I think, than I do rounds, but I always have a round going in my whips. So I have something to kind of jump back to. All right, let's see. How long did it take you to finish your first piece? I don't know if I even wrote down, I don't know if wishes even ended up in this book because I think I just started this one. Oh, I did. Okay. Not sure the dates on that one. Okay. So that one was single place. That was wishes. That was the first piece that I ever did from Diamond Art Club. Um, but the others that I did that were like, the smaller versions of things, the diamond dots or the Amazon kit or whatever. um I remember that Starry Night took me 50 hours total to do the whole thing single placed, and I don't remember exactly how big that kit was because it was a diamond. um but on average, after I figured out multi-placing, um I was already multi-placing by this point. I don't even know. It's hard to say. I think that like smaller pieces would take me not as long as like I would think, but probably longer because I was single placing everything. I'm doing my first square canvas that's not a mini doubt. Nice, Faye. Very nice. Did you have any challenges with your first kit? I've talked about that. What's one thing you immediately loved about diamond paint? I loved the fact that I could make mistakes with diamond painting and they were easily correctable because like I said, after messing up a bunch of cross stitches and throwing them away, I knew I wasn't going to be able to throw a bunch of these away because Dustin promised me that if I did that, I would never get any more of them. Like he would see to it that I did not get any more of them. And then, like I said, there was something about the like the action of putting things in neat rows and whatever that just really scratched an itch for me. It didn't take too long as it was a partial drill field. Oh, nice. Hi, besides myself. Hello. I'm new to DP and the don't worry, we all start somewhere. Welcome, welcome. If you have any questions about diamond painting, please feel free to ask. Right now, I'm just doing a piece and we're talking about diamond painting related stuff. Feel free to chime in with your answers because I'm getting to know you guys too. It reminded me of cross stitch, but easier to see. Yeah, that too. I love cross stitch. I do. I loved it. I loved very much, but I would screw it up too often and then I would throw them away. And I've finished pieces, cross stitch pieces, but not as many as I've thrown out or just never completed. There is probably a graveyard of unfinished cross stitches in my basement in a bin somewhere. It's pretty sad because I've spent a lot of money on cross stitches that I never finished. Well, the fact that I don't ever have to go shopping in public to find ones I love. Yes, I'm with you there. Number 10, anything help you through a tough time when you started? Yes, as I said, I so after I completed my stay at rehab, which was 38 days, 38 days. That sound right, Dustin? How long was I in detox and rehab? Was it 38 days? Oh, it was like a month and 4 days or something because I was shocked by the fact that they were basically telling me that I was cured, or the insurance company said I was cured. I was like, "Oh, cool. Good to know. Good to know I'm cured." Um, I remember that at the start of my recovery, when I would go to like AA or NA meetings, I would always take diamond paintings with me and I would sit and work on diamond paintings while people were sharing or whatever. I always felt like it just brought me a quietude that I needed in my life then. Because I didn't work the first like 9 months after recovery. I basically just made my job going to meetings and recovery. That was it. And so it it got me through a lot of where my brain was stuck in a loop or in that really obsessive phase that happens when you're early in recovery for addiction. I have unfinished cross stitches, cannot crochet straight, and painting by number was a mess. Yeah, EP was much easier and very therapeutic. I was dealing with the loss of a family member and bad episode of depression. Yeah. And it's not a far jump after, my mom died in March. My best friend had died in February before my mom. Um, I went to rehab in July. Basically, my whole life was just crashing in every way possible. The only thing that I had was Dustin and my kids, like thank God I had their support. I think that if I would have been back and forth, relapsing and whatever, I probably would not have had their support. But um if I didn't have diamond painting to like quiet my mind, I wouldn't probably even be here in a lot of ways, you know. Love hate painting by number. If I was better with like color blends and stuff and making choices about light and shadow and things, I might be good at color by number, but I was never good at coloring books. It was a bummer for me. And now I don't have to worry about it because this, does all the shading and stuff for me. Hi, diamonds around the world. I was interested in a DP on Diamond Art Club that just came out and sold out, then noticed people selling for a lot of money. Yes. Okay. Besides myself, I don't know if you're familiar with Discord at all. I have a Discord group and we talk a lot about stocking and restocking and like the the best ways to get the ones that you want from Diamond Art Club. When they release, like there's a trick to making sure that you get things before they sell out, knowing when to be on and all that sort of stuff. Do not go buy anything off of eBay. It will likely restock. It just takes some time. Because there are a bunch of essentially scalpers out there in the diamond painting world. That's another thing I guess I wish I would have known a little bit more about was not to purchase things from D-Stash unless they were like not out of stock, but like archived, not available anymore. Because there are people out there that will prey on you not knowing any better. You like cross stitch stripe plastic canvas. I've done some plastic canvas things. But yeah, if anything at all about Discord, we usually go into chat um after the lives. We go into chat and do voice chats on Discord, called Discord After Dark. And there are many of us who have lots of experience and can help you not spend all your money on people on eBay looking to take it from you. Because I have spent too much money on eBay, but the canvas that I wanted was not available anymore, and people knew exactly what they could get for the painting that I wanted, unfortunately. But most likely the one that you want will come back into stock. Everyone knows that trick now. Lots of things aren't even showing restocked at General. Oh, too many people know the trick, huh? Bastards. All right, next question. What's your favorite part of the diamond painting process? My favorite part of the diamond painting process. Um, I will not say that it is picking my next piece. Actually, I have a hard time with picking what I want to work on next. Um, I think my favorite part is like in the like researchy type phase, right? I love finding a new shop or a new artist to fall in love with. Like that's always great because that I feel like sometimes that feeling of FOMO also happens because if you keep your sphere so small in what you enjoy or in artists that you love, I think that um it's easier to feel that sense of missing out instead of just being able to find more businesses or more artists that you love, because then you can kind of getting over missing some of those pieces if you have things that you can replace it with. Um, it's especially hard for people who, like me, have addiction issues, right? And so I can get myself into a really bad place if I'm just thinking about making sure that I get every piece by like all these different artists. I've like narrowed it down to just a couple where, I will buy their pieces if I see them, but mostly I do enjoy being able to find other companies and other artists that I really enjoy working on. So I feel that. Getting up a new painting, finishing. Okay, yes, finishing it I would say is another like love that feeling. Love, love, love that feeling. All of it except getting down. Are you working with glue dots or wax? So I'm actually not working with either of those things. One is kind of a glue dot. This is in my single placer. It's sort of like a glue dot. It's called Ghost. I get it from a place called Diamond Painting Daily on Etsy. That's what the symbol looks like. Diamond Painting Daily on Etsy. And it basically it's a liquid that starts out white and then when it dries, it turns clear and becomes a solid. It's kind of hard to see because that's actually not dry so much anymore. But it acts like a glue dot in my single placer. In my multi placer, I actually use putty. Um, I'm currently using something from Putty Crocker's boutique, which you can find on puttykrockersboutique.com or something. It's a full website. If you search Putty Crocker, you'll find it. Otherwise, I use Butterfly Effectwares, which is also on Etsy. But I like putty better than I like wax. I used to struggle with wax and I don't do that anymore. Ghost is the best thing ever. Yes, Goddess Jen, I agree with you. It's like one of my favorite things that Jamie has ever sent to me and introduced me to. Because I don't know where Audra came up for the idea, like came up with the idea for Ghost, but love the stuff. It works wonders on ABs. I've never had a problem. Never, not one time have I had a problem. Unless like the glue, like the Ghost was too sticky, in which case you can either touch it on your hand, the oils of your hand, or I stick it to my shirt and get it a little fuzzy, a little dirtier, and it works great. I do have Ghost like loaded up into some of my multi-placers, but I don't use them as often as I do the putty. I do have one loaded for a multi-placer, for multi-placing ABs. ABs, that's the Aurora Borealis ones. That's the ones with the coating on top that pulls your wax right out of your pen. These ones, the really shiny ones. Um, I'll show you these ones with that coating on. Whenever working with like specifically wax for whatever reason, I think because I'm such a hard placer that when I go to pick one up, I would lay it down and it would pull the wax right out of my pen, but there it just came right off. I don't need that on there, but yeah, like it'll come right off of there without like sticking to it, which I love. That's why I use Ghost. I swear I need stocks in Ghost or something. I've sold her out of Ghost so many freaking times. I'm like, Audra, you gotta give me a cut of the profits or something. Just kidding. She does not have to give me a cut of any of her profits. I love her stuff. That's why I tell people about it. Otherwise, I wouldn't bother. You can use it in a multi-placer, yeah. All right, let's see. Ooh, number 12. Do you enjoy kitting up or kitting down more? Oh man. So I do like to kit up more than kitting down. I think the reason that I don't like to kit down is because my kitting down process is really involved, and that is kind of a pain in the ass. So I don't like to kit down as much as I do like to kit up. But I can say that there is like nothing worse than dealing with static when you're kitting up. Like that can make the process so just nerve wracking. Yes, there are obviously ways to take care of static, but sometimes I've found that even, like freezing the drills or using using fabric softener sheets or breathing into the bags, like sometimes there's just static that you cannot get rid of. You do. And when it's like that, when it's like the drills are literally jumping out of the bag at you like little fleas, oh, it's the worst. Least favorite part of kitting up. But if I have to pick between kitting up or kitting down, I'm definitely picking kitting up. Recommend for sealing. So besides myself, honestly, if you are working with a good company, most companies nowadays use double poured glue where the glue on the canvas is sticky enough that you should not need to seal it. Even from a lot of the cheaper companies, the reason that drills don't like to stick when you get them from places like AliExpress or Temu or Sheen is because a lot of those are using acrylic drills. And acrylic drills, for whatever reason, do not like to stick to glue. The poured glue. So, like from Diamond Art Club or any of the licensed diamond painting companies, you shouldn't even have to worry about sealing them. Though, if you do have to seal them, my recommendation is from Minwax. It's called Minwax Polycrylic, and it's the high gloss or satin. I don't remember which one because I haven't sealed anything in a long time. Haven't had to. But if you're buying from the better companies, like the licensed companies, you shouldn't even have to worry about sealing a diamond paint. But Minwax Polycrylic is a liquid. Paint it on with a paintbrush. I would not recommend anything like Mod Podge. That tends to dull the shine of the diamonds when you use it. So I wouldn't recommend. Sorry, I'm bumping stuff. My head. Let me move this out of the way here for a second. Um, so yeah, I wouldn't recommend using like Mod Podge, but you should be able to get away with the Minwax polycrylic if you have to seal something. But for the most part, I feel like even the cheaper companies, unless they're using acrylic drills, um, you shouldn't have to. You can usually tell if they're acrylic versus resin. Usually, acrylic drills will have a divot on the bottom. If you're not certain, you can take a regular, like cigarette lighter, okay? Put it down on the cement or something and see if you can actually melt the plastic. If you can melt it, it's acrylic. And if you cannot melt it, it is resin because resin has a much higher melting temperature. You're in your learning phase, haven't started yet. Well, if you're looking to buy from Diamond Art Club, um, then you won't even need to worry about sealing. A lot of people do choose to seal things like coasters or things like that. Um, if you're doing smaller projects or whatever, like bookmarks or that sort of thing, sealing those would be recommended, especially because the coaster, you're going to put liquid on it. So it could get wet, right? But otherwise you should not have to worry about sealing anything for the most part. I know people have used Puzzle Saver, but I've heard Minwax is the best. Also tried the Goth. Ooh. Yeah, Puzzle Saver I've heard of people using, but I would definitely recommend the Minwax. You can get Minwax polyacrylic on Amazon. It's like in a little like pint sized looks like a paint can. And I think I paid $8 for it or something. And you literally, when you brush it on, it is like the lightest coating. You don't want to put much on there. It doesn't need much anyways. Otherwise, it's going to be stiff as a board when you try and do so. So you just use like a 1-inch brush or whatever and brush it onto the diamond painting. Just let it get in between the drills. But really, like I said, with a decent diamond painting company, you shouldn't even have to worry about stealing it. What do you do with your leftover diamonds? So I actually save my resin diamonds, like the ones from the kits that I know have resin. Those ones I actually keep. Right now they are being stored by kit. So like for instance, I just finished working on a kit called Eden Cove. And this has like a bunch of Ziploc baggies that have the colors in them. I keep them with the kit that they came out of so that if like I lose any diamonds out of that painting and I need to replace them, I know where to find them. Later I will go through and actually put them in a shoe storage container. But for right now, I put them back in the bags that they came out of, and then I store them by painting that I worked on. So right now they're just in a big bin in the kits that they came out of, basically. Like when I kit something up, like this one here, oh, here we go. So I take the baggies that they all came out of and I put them back inside of the plastic that they came in. And then when I finish with the diamond painting and I'm all done, I'll take them out of the storage containers and I put them back into these baggies and I tape them up. And then I keep them in this thing and it's marked on there what kit they're from. So then I just save them like that. So organized and colorful. Yeah. Or you could keep them in an art dot system. My resin or my acrylic drills, because I don't do a lot of acrylics, they're actually in a jar where they're just like poured in there. Nothing special. Just poured into a jar. Nothing so special. Let's see. What color or drill type do you love working with the most? Okay, so I know what my favorite colors are. I really love Okay, I love 3818. Let me get my book. Hold on, I'll show you. A book here. I have a DMC color chart, okay? The color that I love to work with the most, it's my favorite color, is 3818, which is a ultra very dark emerald green. It's kind of hard to see on there, but it's green. I also love 600 and 700 because they're like true green. It's just really hard to see with this light. Hold on. See if I can move a light source over top here so you can see it. Yeah, see, it's like true green. I love these colors because green is my favorite color. Another color that I really love is 3808 to 3810 because it's like a teal bluish color. And then where's the one red? I saw it. Maybe it's not in this kit. I love 150, which is like a true, almost like candy apple red. Ultra very dark, dusty rose, but it's like a red. I don't even wear that color, but I love that color. Hi, Buffy LaVamp. What's up? And then I prefer resin over acrylic. Definitely. Definitely my preference. And not because I'm like a snob or anything. I just think that resin diamonds uh they're shinier, which is just factual. Um they like to stick to the glue a lot better um than the acrylic diamonds do. And um they stick to the glue a lot better than acrylics. And then on top of that, the faceting on resin drills is just better. That's just factual. Can't change facts, man. I'm doing well. How are you doing? We're just playing a getting to know you game. We're answering questions, like diamond painting related questions. Please feel free to answer along. Square or round drills and why? Okay, so like I said, I hated square drills before because they were so miscut in the kit that I got initially that I was like, oh, no, no, no. But once I got some better quality kits, I prefer squares. Though I'll work on them. It doesn't matter if it's round or square if I like the artwork. My preference is squares because I do love when they lock in. I think that you're able to get better detail from a picture with square. Like, I know a lot of people who are like, meh, rounds all day, every day. I used to be one of those people because, again, I was not going to deal with that horrible quality. But once I realized like why they make square diamond paintings, and then the fact that they lock into place and that crunch sound when you like when your rows on either side of a space are like just slightly too tight, and when you get in there and you're like and it really like crunches down in there. That's I love it. Art Dot is a company whose website has storage systems, accessories for diamond painting. And if you use the code NAO10, which I will put into the chat, if you use that code on the Art Dot main website, you can save 10% on your purchase. Actually, if you use NAO18, I think that still works. Save 18%. I don't think they ever turned that code off from Mary Morales. I'm pretty sure. But if that doesn't work, then NAO10 will save you 10% off of your purchase. And Art Dot is pretty cheap anyway. Paintings on Art Dot as well. How do you store your DP? Now, if you're talking about like while I'm working on them, or are you talking about when I'm done with them, before I do them? How do you mean? Because there's lots of different answers to that question. um Before I'm working on them, the ones that I buy for the most part come with their own boxes. So I keep them stacked up. I have a sticker on the ends of them, the ones that you can't see what the names or the whatever on the end, but it's a sticker like this size that I write the name. Actually, I can show you what one looks like when I have it up there. So like I put the name of the kit, the name of the artist, the size, the company, and then square or round. And I put that sticker on the end of the box so that I know like what I have. Can I see the painting you're working on, or would that be a hassle? Yeah, give me 1 second. So then they're all in my closet in their boxes, just waiting for me to work on them. When I am working on them, I actually have a system. I use might actually be easier to show you, which would mean taking you guys off of the hook and showing you what it actually looks like, which I will do in a moment. Let me finish this color really quick. Probably close it up safely. There we go. Light a lid on that so I don't knock it down, because I'm a klutz. This one is called Fisher Gal by Diamond Art Club. This one, I can't remember if it's just out of stock or if it's actually archived. It's by Ivy Dollamore. I think it's just out of stock. But it is called Fisher Gal, and she is really cute. Scooch her over just a little bit so you can see her. This is Fisher Gal. She's got a little Shiba Inu in her backpack. And she's just going down like the streets of some little town on her moped. And she's got these little jugs on the side of her moped and her cute little shoes. Show you a picture of it too. I love Ivy Dollamore. I love Ivy Dollamore and Chrissa Bug and Mrs. Butter D and Margaret Morales. I just love too many artists, honestly. Came back in the last restock of Disappointment. Oh, shit, I didn't know that. Here's a actual picture of it. Let's see if we can see that. Get the thing out of the way here. There we go. That's the picture. It's very, very cute. And I love her. Working on Witch's Bath. Ooh. That's a good one. Okay, so I'm going to take you off of the thingy for a second. So sorry if I shake the world for just a minute. And I can show you what I hang them on while they're in progress. Okay. Okay. Might be hard to see. Hold on. Point my light over this way. There we go. Okay, so I have these hangers right here. They're like just pants hangers or whatever from the store, and then I have a couple of extra clips on them. So when they're in progress, I actually hang them from these hangers, and then I'll put the extra clips on there. Like if there's some extra weight you need to take off of them, I'll use these extra clips. But otherwise, a pants hanger, I hang them up from that. And then hold 1 second. I got to turn the brightness up on my thingy. A moment. Turn some brightness up on here. There we go. Okay, sorry, it's going to be bright for just a second. Okay, that'll help you see a little better. Okay, so this thing hanging from my closet right here is like just a coat hanger or whatever. And then you can see behind it, I have a hanger. It actually has 6 of these clip sets on here. Okay. I'll flip it over so you can see what I'm talking about. Ooh, sorry. it has clips on the back of it, right? And so you can hang as many as, I think there's 6 on here. Yeah. Yep. And so while I have them in progress, sorry, I'm gonna put you down for a second. Ooh. Okay. So while they're in progress, I have them hanging up on that, and I think I have all 6 of them filled up. So while they're in progress, they're hanging up there. And those are the ones that I'm working on right now, too. Some of them are a little more active than others, but that's what I use when they're in progress. And then when they're finished, let me turn my ISO back down here. I don't need it to be that bright. There we go. Craft MacGyver. Yeah, pretty much. The extra clips came from the Dollar Tree. In fact, most of the extra craft supplies that I get from Dollar Tree. These came in a set of, I think, like 10 or 12. And then they have large sized ones that come in a set of sticks. So if I need to use a bigger one that can bear a little more weight, I use these bigger ones. Dollar Tree. And then I also get these like long containers from Dollar Tree. I love these things. These fit perfectly in a Sterlite beans. Sorry, that's my Pyrenees. These fit perfectly in Sterlite drawers, the set of 3 Sterlite drawers. They fit lengthwise, like perfectly in there. And I use them like for extra drills or whatever. But when I am finished with my diamond paintings, I actually have, it's a like a portfolio bag that I got from Amazon by Nick Pro. And Nick Pro does a lot of different sized bags, but the one that I have is like really, really big. That one I have them all laying out flat. I can't show you now, but if you were in Discord, I could show you another time. Right now I'd have to go all the way up my stairs and then I would lose connection. So I don't want to do that. But it's in a huge portfolio bag and they're all laying flat in there. Otherwise, that if you don't finish tons of them, a suggestion that Sarah, that's in the chat, actually gave to me. Like, if you're not finishing them by the dozens like I do, the other method that you can use here, I'm going to take you off of the thingy again. Hold on. Is you can put them inside of a laundry basket, just rolled up. Now, if you have round diamond paintings, you want to roll them diamonds in. If they're square, roll them diamonds out. Otherwise, what I do is I put them right back in the box that they came out of. Like, that's a completed, these are all completed diamond paintings right here. I put them back in the box they came out of. That's what I do. Sorry. Sorry. There you go. What is my Discord? Just a moment. I will give you a linky. Here we go. Discord. Yeah, like right now, the ones that I have in the laundry basket is actually not started ones. The ones that don't have boxes or things like that. But I did for a little while there put, like, before they were going up into my storage container, they were actually being kept in there. And then when I needed to move them, I would move them up into the portfolio bag. But they were good to stay there until, it was time to move them around. What you doing, Dustin? Wait just a moment. I got it. Her public needs her. You. She hasn't actually done anything wrong, but sugar shame time. It's sugar shaming time. This is my chihuahua Sugar. Sugar, say hello to your adoring public. Oh, Sugar, do, 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 do. Oh, doggy, doggy, do, 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 do. Yeah, she hasn't made an appearance in a while. She's been really good for a change. That's Sugar. He's one of my fur babies. The other two are bigger. I have a border collie and then Great Pyrenees. Okay, where did I put my pen now? Oh, there we go. In this thingy. She's been actually pretty good, so you know. Okay, now where in the heck were we? Square around. Okay. What is your favorite kind of artwork to work on? You taking beans? Oh, okay. Where are you guys going? Just driving? All right. I'll be done in like half hour-ish. So I'll talk to you in a little while. Dustin's going to take Ben's. Mr. B. Is he refusing? Now he doesn't want to go? Oh, yeah, that's pretty normal. Goofy dog. Our Great Pyrenees, they bark like as a like guard mechanism, and he is very, very proud of the fact that he is a loud barker. Bowie is the good girl who sits here and just does nothing. She's like, I'm the good child. So I will reward her with a walk when I get done with the live. My favorite kind of artwork to work on, well, I mean, like my favorite artist is Margaret Morales. And I've found that when it comes to my favorite art to work on, I don't have a favorite style necessarily. It really just kind of depends on what I'm feeling at the moment. I honestly work on what makes me the happiest at any given time. Sometimes working on a really dark piece is what really makes me happy at that moment, or working on something really bright. It just kind of depends. My favorite is when there's a woman in. Okay, so that, yes. Buffy LeVamp, you really, 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 really like my stash, because primarily my stash consists of portraits of badass women doing badass stuff. Or just real pretty women doing real pretty things. I do love portraits. I will do and love a good landscape every now and again. Especially if the landscape is abstract in nature. I do love abstract landscapes. I'll work on an animal, usually if it's like magical, some sort of magical creature. I like magical creatures. Keep pulling little dog hairs off of my canvas. It's driving me nuts. How did Beans manage to get a hair on here and he's not even anywhere near my canvas? Love it. Recently been beach scenes. Oh, okay. Super excited for Ocean Queen. Oh my god, she's beautiful. I really very, 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 very strongly considered picking her up. And by the time that I gave it a second thought, it was gone. I mean, gone. Like, no chance I was getting it at that point. Like, well, glad I didn't think twice, because I like anything fantasy, magical, or mythological. Yes, yes, very much that. Ocean Queen, yeah, she was beautiful. Y'all do not buy her from D Stash. She's coming back. Yes, please don't go spend a bunch of money on anything from D Stash. It's going to restock. I mean, Peggy Collins is one of Diamond Art Club's most popular artists. They're going to restock her stuff. I mean, if they don't, I'd be shocked. I would be really, really shocked. And I know they tell you guys, like, well, if you want it, buy it because we can't. No, when they sell out that quickly, unless it's Eau Claire, I mean, they have done away with a few popular pieces before, but generally they're going to restock them because I mean their business is about making money. So if they think that they can get a second sellout run, why wouldn't they? You know, they're a business who knows what's good for them because you know they've been in business a while. I believe that one was the order I managed to get my confirmation before early release. Oh, okay. Gonna pop my cherry into the world of DP with her instead. I got the Corpse Bride. Corpse Bride is still cool though. I love me a little Corpse Bride. All right, let's see. Next question. You like larger or smaller canvases better? I prefer anything above or like anywhere like 50 by 70 and up. I don't like to do generally smaller than 50 by 70. I will work on a paint gem here and there, you know, what have you, but generally I like a larger diamond painting. Um, I'm not going to pick only XL canvases. Like obviously I like a mix up every now and again, but generally I would rather it be above 50 by 70. Not only because the image tends to look better, but because I like something that takes me a little longer. I don't like the idea of spending 75 bucks on a diamond painting that takes me a few days. Like that just doesn't make any sense. Not when I can finish something a little bit larger and it takes me longer. I feel like I get my money's worth, you know? Now, granted, there are times when even a large one isn't going to stop me from finishing it quickly. And that's just probably because I'm really enjoying myself. Sort of like a good book, you know, I have a hard time putting it down when I'm really enjoying it. So just kind of depends, but I do like a larger painting. DPs I love are always big, but I wish I liked smaller ones. I love my mini dazzles too. Don't like small ones except for paint gems. Good medium to large size works. Yeah, paint gems are great. I just ordered two more. But generally I like to work on bigger ones. Have you ever customized a kit to make it more personal? If by customization you mean yes, I have actually. I have a perfect example of um the first one that I ever really like messed around with the uh the way that it was done was called Alice, Alice, by Sarah Mustafa. And that is because the subject looked just like my oldest. And actually finished that one for her as a graduation present. And I customized that not only with like blinging it up, but I actually changed a lot of things on that canvas. I made the eyes blue instead of amber gold. Um, I added bling to it. I made the butterflies completely different because they were all like this light blue color. I made them all just sort of different from so yeah, I have. I enjoyed it. I also enjoy just enhancing a kit too, like, switching out the diamonds, regular diamonds for crystals or whatever. I do like to bling them up, so to speak. It's fun. It's expensive, but I still like it. Besides that, yeah, it costs a little bit, but it is fun to do. I can't see myself like full on changing everything out for, like crystals or something like that. I probably would not. I wouldn't change everything out. I just think that's a little bit ridiculous, but I do enjoy making changes and uh customizing it a little bit. Alice turned, yeah, she did. I liked her a lot. Oh, going to bed, Sapphire. Blessed be Lady Sapphire. Have a good day. Evening, morning, afternoon. You know what I mean. Hope to see you again. Oh, looks like kids just got back. Wow, bang. Not yet, but I have fixings for Chroma. Oh my gosh, Chroma, yeah. I wanna bling her out at least a little bit. Um, what's your favorite background noise while painting? My favorite background noise while diamond painting is some sort of show. I like to watch different. Oh, thank you. I like to watch different. Like, okay, for instance, today I was watching The Innocence Files. It's a new show that I found on Netflix about the Innocence Project, which is a like non-for-profit, all centered around finding people who were charged for a crime and they were not guilty. But I also enjoy watching, like, I was watching another one about the Times Square killer. I'll watch, true crime, um, documentaries or things like that. Or I'll watch YouTubers that are talking about true crime, or I'll watch something that's really like Rhett and Link's Wonder Hole. Um, because I've been watching Rhett and Link, like I listen to their podcasts on Ear Biscuits, or I watch Good Mythical Morning, or uh, just whatever the heck. I'll watch things that are political in nature, um, like Midas Touch. I'll watch The Bulwark, or I'll watch silly, like, top 10 things about Survivor, or I'll watch this girl, Call Me Chris. She does these deep dives on serial killers or whatever, but she also does other kind of content that I don't watch. Like, I bought everything on Instagram or whatever because she's got money to do that kind of stuff, I guess. Uh, but I watch all kinds of things, but I do tend to um like listen to more spoken word type content than I do like listening to music. Uh I don't know. I think I enjoy learning things while I'm diamond painting rather than just listening to music. That's just me. I also watch paranormal stuff. Yes, I watch Casper Sight is a really, really incredibly funny dude. He's British and he reacts to these different paranormal type videos like ghost sightings or his. I don't watch his UFO stuff. I'm not as big into that, but I will watch his ridiculous ass reactions to different like paranormal content, and I do find that quite hilarious. I do find that very, very, very funny. All right, let's see. Do you snack while diamond painting or do you keep food far away? I do not like to have food around my diamond paintings. Um, unless it's something that's like a quick, not gonna make crumb mess, or like I'll sit here some nights when we're on the live and I try to eat, like a slice of pizza or something. And I always have like buku napkins nearby, but generally I do not like to eat around my diamond paintings. But if it's like candy or something that I'm not going to make a huge mess with, fine. But even like if I'm drinking a soda, either A, it has to have a cap on it, like it's got to be capped, or if it's a can, it actually doesn't go next to the diamond painting. I put it like on a whole other table away from my diamond painting, because I am a klutz and a half. If I spilled my food as often as I spilled my drills, I would ruin all of my diamond paintings. Like, hands down, would just ruin them. So, no, I don't generally try to eat too much or drink too much around the diamond paintings. I spend too much dang money on them. Too much. Um, how does diamond painting help you unwind after a stressful day? It's something mindless that I can do. Uh, I also, because I record whipping chats, I know sometimes my whipping chats can really like be literally all over the map, but I'm more or less talking myself through. Like, it's the one time where it's almost like free writing, where you have a journal and you just basically write whatever words come into your head. They don't have to be anything specific. You don't edit it. You just write, right? And I find that doing the whip and chats are very much like that for me. And so when I am diamond painting, I'm like pouring myself into whatever it is that I'm working on. I'm trying to find a color and I'm like failing miserably. Why? Oh, there we go. Um, so it's nice to just be able to kind of dump my focus into something that I don't have to overly think about. And while life requires me to think about stuff the rest of the time, it's nice to do something that doesn't require a lot of thought process to it. I appreciate that a whole lot. I definitely appreciate that. Brain is off and makes sleeping easier. Yeah. That, and I also enjoy, like, when people are not busy and they want to get together and chat. It's nice to just work on a diamond painting and chat with people, especially after the lives. I really it's something that I do really appreciate, because it's like the only time that I really socialize outside of my family. So that's something. And I can just listen and diamond paint, or chat and diamond paint, and that's something that I do wildly appreciate. Uh Shameless segue into, after the lives, we go into Discord, into the voice chat. If you are interested in joining us in Discord after dark, where we get down dirty and usually spill the tea of all varieties, please do join us after the live. You are welcome to do so. It's totally free to join the Discord. There's no charge or anything. You can either sit and just listen and be creepy, or you can join us in conversation. Usually, if you're new, we do end up asking you at least some questions about yourself so we can get to know you a little bit. But I will pop a link in again. Here we go. There's a link to the Discord. Again, it doesn't cost you anything. So if you want to come and join us in the chat after the live, which will end in about 10 minutes, you are welcome to join us. But it is a nice way to get together with friends at least a few times a week and, chat about life. Gotta love it. What's up, Tigger? I didn't see you come in. Completely. Then we mix our colors or misplace drills because we're not thinking. Yeah, truly. Okay, here we go. Do you have a set diamond painting routine? As for a diamond painting routine, because I'm not working right now, no. I mean I do and I don't. Like Tuesday nights I record my whip and chats. Then, like Saturdays and Tuesdays and Thursdays I have the lives. Yes, I do have a set diamond painting routine as far as recording goes, but as far as like, you know, when I diamond paint and whatever, because I'm not working, again, it's a little easier to be freeform with that. Uh, I don't have to have a set schedule for it necessarily, um, which is a luxury, and I understand it is a luxury. Not everybody has that freedom, and I do not take it for granted. Um, Pretty much I can decide to get up and diamond paint or not diamond paint if I don't want to. Though I feel really, really, really weird if I don't get to diamond paint a little bit every day. That would be really bizarre to me. I haven't the last few days because I've been working on diamond painting pens, or I had literally the worst migraine that I've had in a year, probably yesterday, and I ended up sleeping a lot, a whole lot. It was very weird. Yes. No, I'm good. Thank you. I'm putting dogs out and right before bed. Oh, just a few minutes ago. Well, you sneaky, sneaky. Welcome, welcome. After my son goes to bed. Yeah. What is your ideal time of day to paint? My ideal time of day. Oh, thank you, Buffy. I enjoy my pen too. I like it. My ideal time of day is actually not in the day. It is at nighttime. Um, some of that is because autism. Um, People who suffer. I don't suffer. People with autism um, generally are night owls or not. That's actually like a medical thing. Like autistic people just generally are night owls. We work better at night because that's when it tends to be quiet. That's when uh, there aren't a lot of people around asking a lot of questions, or there's not a lot of people around to kind of upset your process or, what have you. So, one, uh, it's just a lot quieter in the house. There's not a lot of activity, although in my house, everybody else is a night owl too, it seems like. So sometimes I do have to that's why I generally wear headphones and do my own thing. If I'm feeling a little too uh overwhelmed, or there's just too much other activity going on, I just sort of put my headphones on and ignore everybody else. Just do my own thing. That, and it's like generally I feel like, nighttime is a better time to unwind anyways for me, even though I'm literally up all night. Hi, Angela. What have you missed? Nothing. We've just been sitting here answering questions. Do you work on one kit at a time or multiple? I am a multiple person. I right now don't have as many whips or works in progress going as I normally would, which is a little weird for me because usually I have anywhere from 5 to 8 going. Whereas right now I'm only working on, I think, 2 or 3. 3 actively. I'm working on 3 actively, but I've had as many as 12 going. I found that was just not the best, because I was all over the place. Well, I stopped working on that many, but I do keep like at least 3 or 4 going at any given time. Usually like one is a round and the other ones are squares. Need that symbol. There it is. Was almost excited to receive my gentle butterfly from Diamond Art Club, but EO returned to sender address. Oh no. That sucks. Was off by a number. Ouch, that sucks. Do you ever take breaks or do you get lost in the process? I definitely get lost in the process. That said, I do take breaks, forced breaks, actually. Oops, wrong color. Glad I caught that. I do actually take forced breaks. When I finish a square, every time I finish a square, I force myself to get up and walk around at least 1 block. Every couple of hours, I make myself get up and I make myself walk around. Otherwise, I can and have sat and diamond painted for hours without stopping. In fact, last year, right about this time of year, almost, I did a 24-hour live, which I'll be doing another one. And I diamond painted for 24 hours straight. Now, yes, I did stand up. I took seldom pee breaks, but I did take, short, very short breaks, in order to do my 24-hour live. But other than that, I make myself get up and take breaks. Lost in project, stops to get more coffee and potty once in a while. I have about 3, but usually focus on one for a while, then do a square on one of my whips. Yeah. When I'm like going in between my whips, it's like I'll try and do at least a square on one of the ones that I've neglected for a little while, just so that I'm doing something on it. I don't want to neglect them all. Because there's a couple of my whips that are not active. Like I'm not actively really doing much on them. All right, let's see. I about died laughing at Sugar barking. I was crying. I'm sorry. So dumb. She's always barking at something. All right. What is the longest session? Okay, I already said that. Um, let's see. What's one thing that always makes your diamond painting experience better? What's one thing that always makes your diamond painting experience better? Uh, well, one, the quality of a piece makes a huge difference. Um, because there is nothing worse than working on a really cheap kit that like frustrates you. There's nothing wrong with cheap kits because, like I've said, work on what you can afford. But when you have kits where like the squares line up beautifully and there's not a huge amount of gapping, and trust and believe that Diamond Art Club is not the only company that has done very well at getting this right. You know what I mean? Are they better at it than most? Yes. I can't lie about that. I'm sorry, I can't. That being said, um I I love it when the render is awesome, the fit is tight, you know what I mean? Like sometimes working on budget kits can be really frustrating for that. So I do try to avoid it. I also, when I am really, really, really feeling the art, the actual art of the piece, like some of my favorite experiences have more or less been getting lost in the artwork and getting lost in the piece that I was working on because they're, like visually just a treat to work on. Cup of Sunshine is a really, really good example of a piece that I not only was it a good quality kit, but then the image on it also just gorgeous. Two big wins for me, definitely. Definitely big wins. Like Dr. Glue is so oh good. Good, good, good. We like it when the glue works. Um, let's see. What's the hardest kit you've ever done? Well, it's the hardest kit I've ever done that I'm not done working on that I need to get back to. There's issues. And that is the Josephine Wall 200 color piece from the one with the diamond art that I need to get back to. Um, it's a matter of like my workspace. I've got to get some things fixed in my workspace so that I can go back to working on it. 200 colors, a high color kit, and the kit is large. She is a 70 by 90. So not huge, okay, but when you have 200 colors, that's extreme, okay? Um it's a lot. It's a whole lot. And I it's no joke. I think I didn't take it as seriously as maybe I should have. And it's one of my whips that is going to be in long-term works in progress because I underestimated it and um I need to fix some things about my workspace and whatever before I try and go back to it so I can both give it the attention that it deserves and so that so I have the space that I need to work on it because yeah, 200 colors is no joke. Like No joke at all. The most rewarding project you've ever completed. The most rewarding. Oh, Beans, stop it. Well, is there a particular reason that you came back before 9:30? You 9:30. Please make him.
It's 9:30.
Oh, well, what?
So piss off.
Don't tell me to piss off. Tell him to piss off. I'm finishing my square. Most rewarding. Okay. I'll take your answer, Dustin. I will. Dustin said, try to follow. And hold on. Come on over here with me. Come over here and sit. Nope, you're gonna come over here and sit. Thank you. Sit down. Thank you. I will use that answer, and here's why. Try to follow wasn't actually all that difficult, but the reason that it was rewarding was because I decided to work on that piece when I got my first 1,000 subscribers on the channel. And that really did mean a lot, a whole lot. And so, yes, I will use that as my most rewarding diamond painting that I've ever worked. Because I did not expect to get to 1,000, not even close to that quickly, because it did happen very, very fast. So didn't really expect to get there at all, because I didn't think anybody would want to sit and listen to me for any length of time, for any reason. But we got our square done. Look at that, y'all. All right, you guys. I got my square done. I am ready to head on over to Discord after dark. I hope that some of you, if not all of you, will come and join me, where we will continue working on pieces. I will do my usual, get my headphones on and go take my usual walkie. But I hope that you guys will join me in Discord after dark. Again, I will throw the linky into the chat. But otherwise, you guys, I'll be back again on Tuesday afternoon for trivia, and then Thursday on Twitch, and back here next Saturday for the next live. And thank you guys for hanging out with me. Don't forget to boop the like button on your way out, or hit the subscribe button if you are, into diamond painting stuff. Otherwise, I hope that I see you again soon. Thank you for hanging out as ever. I hope that wherever you are in this great, big, beautiful world, that you are having a wonderful morning, evening, or afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. Goodbye. Be good or don't. But if you can't be good,